So I get a lot of DMs about people who want to break into tech. And I think people are really frustrated because they don't know what to do. So I'm going to walk you through a tool that you have that I didn't have when I got started. You're going to be surprised what it is. You'll never guess what it is. But I think today people are spending a lot of time with buying a lot of courses and not really having a plan. And when I say have a plan, I don't just mean a curriculum like how to learn networking. I mean like from A to B, from what's the real career plan. So you're going to take ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, whatever you're using, and whatever you've been doing lately, let's try what I'm going to say. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it works. But you're going to go in there and ask it to make you a career plan. Now, I say there's different ways you can go about it. Some people get crazy with their prompts. I mean, like some people get so crazy with their prompts. It's crazy. They write these long, super prompts. You don't need to do all that. You can write a simple one. It should be fine. Go in there and say, hey, okay, make me a plan to be a data engineer. Now, when it makes that plan, what you're going to do is you're going to look up courses that correlate to the curriculum. So it's going to give you this long list of things that you need to learn. Go to Udemy or another platform like Pluralsight and type in each little thing that it gives you, or something like if they give you a list of classes to take and you find one that matches up with what it gave you, cool. Go ahead and do that. You know, get your feet wet. Go in there and see what's going on. But you can use this thing like it's a coach. I mean, you can use it as if it's there to mentor you and guide you. I think that's something a lot of people aren't doing. I didn't have that when I got started. When I got started, I had to use YouTube, I had to use blogs. I figured it out and, I'm thankful. But the real pivotal part of my career is when I met my mentor and he put me on to a lot of good information. That is when things really took off for me. So that's what I would do. The next thing I would do is do business research. So when I say business research, I mean looking and seeing if what you're interested in is in demand. So when I got started, I did a lot of research about my field. I looked at government contracts, I looked at top companies in the world, and if they were using what I was learning, that was my green flag to go in and learn more. And I don't think that's talked about enough. I don't think people look into things that make sense business wise. Like, cool, it's cool that you're passionate about it. It's cool that you like it, but is it in demand? Do people want to pay you money to do what you're going to do? You know, and you can get crazy with, like Grok. You can go in there and say, act like you're a Gartner researcher. Give me a full plan, or I'm sorry, give me a full analysis on this tool that I'm learning or this technology or industry that I'm in. What's the future look like? What does the next technology that correlates to it that I can learn in the future? I started off learning Linux and now I know Kubernetes. That was the next step. You need to learn one before you learn the other, right? But it can give you a 5-year plan. And, it can give you a forecast. It can be like your personal coach, business analyst, researcher, and it can help you also with your projects, which is the next thing you're going to need to do. You're going to need to do projects, get your hands wet, get your hands wet, get your hands dirty, get your feet wet, whatever, and build stuff, break stuff, get used to it, and document everything. Now, this is another thing that ChatGPT or Claude or Grok comes into play with. You can tell it, hey, make me a list of projects that I should do. Give me real world scenarios. You're going to get this in your classes, I'm sure, but it can give you more than what's just available in the classes. It can kind of describe more about the use case for it. You can say, give me a real world use case that I can do at home and build out. That is phenomenal. That was not a thing when I was learning. I got some real world examples, but like to have it tailor it to me and, troubleshoot it with me is even better. It's my next point is that when you're troubleshooting, you can use this. Now, don't let it be your first point of reference. Get in there and get frustrated to the point where you want to bash your head against the computer screen. We all been there, but you can use it to help you debug. I mean, like with me with scripting, do you know how many scripts I wrote? And come to find out, I had some small syntax error that I couldn't find. And now you can copy and paste it into Grok, and it can say, "Oh, you had an extra space here. You had an extra bracket or something." That saves so much time. Y'all have no idea. For those that were around before all this, that's amazing. Like we used to really have to sit there and read through it and find it, and hopefully you found it. Another thing we had to do is if we had an error message, you just put it in Google. You would go to Stack Overflow, and hopefully someone had the same problem as you. Which most of the time they did, but now with like a AI like Grok or ChatGPT, it can tell you almost immediately what the issue is, and it even better, you can have it explain why it was an issue. You know, that was not a thing when I got started. That is amazing. So use that to your advantage. And I would say also kind of going back to doing your market research, like I can't stress that enough. Really make sure that what you're looking for is in demand because that's really key. Like a lot of people do things based off passion, and I understand that, but you need to be realistic. You need to basically tie in, does this make sense? Is it in demand and can I learn it? If all those come together, phenomenal. There are some people though, I met some Java developers. They hate what they do, but they make great money, but they come from, harsher countries or places where they had to really fight to get out where they were, and they understand that some things are just a need, and they understand that. I can get like that too. I hate accounting. I hated it in college. If IT got automated and tomorrow I had to be an accountant, I could do it. And not everyone could do that. I think that's more of a certain trait that some people have. But overall, make sure what you're looking into will be in demand. Make sure that there's a need for it. Okay. That's probably the most important part. But that going back to building projects, making a curriculum, building things out, trying things, documenting them, make videos, make a YouTube video, make TikToks, and don't just be making those day in the life videos when you sitting there typing at computer, but you ain't doing nothing. Nah, really do some work, really build things out, document them, publish it on LinkedIn too. I've seen people, they've made things and posted on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is crazy. You can make, do a project and post it there, and it'll get so much traction, and people will get reached out to by jobs and recruiters by doing that. So, if you have any questions about anything I just said or it wasn't clear, comment down below or send me a message, whichever one. Either way, I hope it helps. Y'all take it easy.